All right, we are going live on YouTube right now. Bear with me a quick moment here. If you're watching this, you're probably watching the recording right now. So just hang in there one quick second as I roll this out to all the other places. And let's get on Facebook too, why don't we, as we do this. Oh. You know what? Let me cancel that YouTube stream. Oh. All right, let's try this a second time. We are now live. Here we go. So, let's try this one more time. New name there. Let's do Facebook now. So welcome to everybody who's joining. You're one of the early people here. And I am quickly trying to get everything live. So, I forgot to change the name of the title of the shows. So, hello Tim, hello movie fan, hello Rosie, good to see you here. All right, we are now everywhere. And last quick things to do, get the breaking news announcements up. Here we go. So busy week today. New PlayStation View package there. The NFL Red Zone deal from last year is gonna be different. It's not gonna be a $10 a month package this year. Includes other channels. Sling TV is giving the Epic's Drive-In channel free to everybody. If you're a Sling TV subscriber, it's included with your base package now, which is a cool new feature there. And yeah, just tons of new core card related news. I'm trying to remember. The Reels channel is coming to Sling TV. Hulu added more locals. The list goes on and on. But we're here to answer your core card related questions. Do you want to talk about recent core cutting news? Let's do that. If you've got a question about core cutting in general, let's do that too. So let's dive in here. Scott says, I just cut the cord today. I sent Comcast packet. Well, that's great news there, Scott. Congratulations. Paul, if we know anything new about CBS coming to Fubo TV, we will post about it, but we don't have any updates right there. Mike, Bill, Evan, everybody, welcome. It's good to see you all here. Facebook TV coming in August. Kinda. Facebook is launching original shows that will be rolling out soon in Corner Reports. But we're not really sure what exactly what these shows will look like. So I'm gonna hold my breath here until we get a little bit more information. All right, Stars free preview. Yes, that's what I'm missing. Is Stars is free on Sling TV for everyone, all the Stars channels between now and next week Thursday, I believe. Michael, Bill, everybody, people who I can't pronounce names, welcome. Here we go again, Jerry. It's good to see you here. So, wow, it's great to see so many people rolling in today. I really appreciate your support. Let's keep it going. And if you have any questions, leave us a note. Hello, Duke. Good to see you here. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Sling TV changes? The new Epic's Drive-In coming to everybody for free. Reels joining the movie channel add-on. Do we want to talk about PlayStation View's new sports add-on? Do you have a particular core card related question? Let me know. Leave them either on facebook.com/corecardsnews or youtube.com/corecardsnews. We're in those two places. Paul says he's really liking YouTube TV's free month with the Big Ten Network on it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I've been hearing a lot of people seem to like it. I still disagree with their idea of rolling it out market by market. I think that is allowing other services like Sling and PlayStation View and DirecTV Now to get a big lead before YouTube TV comes to a particular market. So we'll have to see. Aaron, sorry, no Coke sponsorship. Just not, they haven't contacted us to sponsor us. PlayStation, Michael, PlayStation View has locals. All streaming services right now offer locals in some markets. You're gonna have to go to that service, and when you enter your information, it'll tell you what channels you get. And most of them offer a channel checker too. But yes, they all offer locals. It just depends on if they're locals in your market. Christopher, why would you need a streaming app need a stream a channel via an app when you can stream it through the service you pay for? That's an interesting one. With Sling TV, they're doing a pretty good job of including all the additional content you can find on apps inside the Sling TV app. For instance, all the FX Simpsons episodes are available inside the Sling TV app. Other services aren't quite taking that route. They'll rather just give you a login detail, and then you can access it from there. So, you know, it's kind of half a dozen one way, half a dozen another. What do you like? Larry says, wasn't happy with the PlayStation View increase, but understand it should have given us the sports package with the increase, in my opinion. Yeah, you know, I think the timing of the sports package was kind of bad. Right after they had eliminated the slim bundles, which represented out of 210 markets that PlayStation View is available in, 203 got the slim bundles. Well, now those 203 got a $10 increase. Now they're doing this additional $10 add-on. I think it was just bad timing. It may have been best for them to wait a week or two, especially with football season not coming for a month. They could have pushed that out a few more weeks. I am reading that chat, Steve. I'm reading both chats. I got Facebook and YouTube TV or a YouTube feed, so I'm on live on both. So I jump back and forth between the two. So let's see here. PlayStation View Sports Pass is overpriced at $10 a month. And most sports events are blacked out. Yes, that's one of the big add-ons there, Brandon, is with the PlayStation View $10 add-on, yeah, you're going to get national feeds, a lot of these regional sports networks, but if you don't live in that market, you're not going to be able to watch a game. Pre-game, post-game, highlight shows, all included with it, but the PlayStation View add-on won't show out-of-market games. Do you think MLB, NBA, or NHL will ever take away their blackouts? Well, the MLB network's the most likely to do that. They've been slowly eliminating blackouts within markets for a while now. Give it some time. It'll probably happen before we know it. Root Sports on DirecTV Now. No news on that. The last we heard came from the Utah Jazz staff that announced that Root Sports, which airs their games, would be available on a streaming service before the start of the NBA season. Past that, we haven't heard anything. So when do you think, what do you think from your expertise that streaming boxes and YouTube will completely destroy cable? 5-10 years from now. The ball is rolling downhill. I don't think cable's ever going to go away. I think cable is going to become that premium experience out there. Let's be honest, you know, cord cutting isn't quite as currently smooth and seamless as cable is right now, but you can save a lot of money. It's kind of like flying an airplane. I mean, everybody would love the first class experience, right? Bigger seat, glass instead of a plastic cup, and so on. But now everybody's willing to pay for that. You both get to the same place at the same time. I think that's kind of what's happening with cord cutting. So we'll have to wait and see. Donna, does PlayStation View include locals? Yes, in some markets. A lot of people are asking that question today. Yes, in some markets, PlayStation View and all other streaming services offer locals. You got to check to see if they're available in your market. Is live sports the only reason cable will exist in 5 to 10 more years? Not really, because cord cutting offers live sports just like cable TV does. So really no reason to have that be the main reason. Any sports package on DirecTV Now's future? No, I think they're going to more of a traditional bundle system. Remember, DirecTV Now really has a very traditional bundling setup to it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, but I haven't heard anything rumored about DirecTV Now sports bundle. How does the T-Mobile discount? Can you use it for the, you know, Janet, I don't have that info right now about the T-Mobile Sling TV deal. Just Google that T-Mobile Sling TV and it'll come up in your Google results. I don't want to misquote it and give you inaccurate information on that particular discount deal. What are your thoughts of Channel Master DVR with the Sling TV? Channel Master is a nice DVR. It does have apps on it for things like Sling TV. The one thing to remember about the Channel Master is while it's no monthly fees, you can only plug it into one TV at a time. There's no streaming out to other devices. That's the only negative I have against the Channel Master. Other than that, it's a very nice DVR. Okay, the T-Mobile deal for Sling TV is discontinued. Okay, so they're no longer offering it. Do you recommend a Roku, Google Chromecast, or Apple TV for a first-time buyer? Of those threes for a first-time buyer, if you don't have a lot of content inside of the iTunes store. So if you don't own a ton of movies on iTunes, I would get a Roku of those three you gave me. The reason I recommend Roku is it just has the most apps out there, and it's just so easy to use. If you're kind of new to cord cutting, it's very easy. If you are very locked into that Apple ecosystem and you really want to buy your stuff from iTunes as opposed to Amazon, Vudu, the list goes on and on. Fandango Now is another place to buy it. So check that out and keep that in mind. Will the Roku Premiere Plus ever be updated for Dolby Vision? Probably not, because I believe there's hardware requirements to meet the Dolby Vision HDR requirements. So the new HDR Roku TVs, the C series, the Contemporary series, does include Dolby HDR if you really want a Roku with Dolby HDR on it. AT&T posted DirecTV Now new customer numbers trying to offset their U-verse DirecTV Now deals. Yeah, so I think I understand what you're asking there, Chris. Yeah, so AT&T reported the subscriber numbers. In total, AT&T lost almost 200,000 subscribers. Now, that's including the fact that DirecTV Now added like 150,000 subscribers. So if it wasn't for DirecTV Now, there would have been 350,000 pay TV subscriber loss over at AT&T. So yeah, you are right to say that yeah, all these services kind of meld these numbers in. Dish does the same thing. They don't break out Sling. They all put them out. At least AT&T deep in the numbers kind of broke it out, something Sling doesn't typically do. So we'll have to see. Roy says DirecTV Now had a lot of issues at launch, but now is flawless in my market. My question is, have you heard anything new on the DirecTV Now DVR? Thanks, Luke. Roy, they have announced that DVR is coming, that they are going to start beta testing it this summer with the goal of rolling it out to everybody this fall. So keep an eye on that. Don't have details on pricing. It will be included, will be an extra charge. We just don't know. Is Next Link a very good internet provider? Sorry, Lance, I've never been able to use Next Link. Never lived there, so I can't really comment on that. All right, keep the questions coming. If I missed your question, ask it again. I'll try to do my best to answer it. Stephen asks, do you think that more famous YouTubers like will eventually get their own app for all streaming services? Pretty much their own channel for audiences outside of YouTube? Probably not. Not really a lot of reason for something like Sling TV to do that, because it's inside. I mean, everything has a YouTube app. So why create something outside of that? And it's really not in the best interest of YouTube stars to subdivide their audiences, because then it makes your numbers look lower and it hurts your overall ability to sell sponsorships and all kinds of stuff. Larry asks, any news when the Amazon Prime is coming to the Apple TV? No, they said summertime, so a couple more weeks left. We'll see what happens. Todd asks a good question. If your regional sports network is included in your current package, do you need to pay the extra $10 to keep it, or will they still be in the base? That was a big question that Sony didn't do a very good job of explaining in their blog post. So let me break this down for everybody real quick. The Sony announced yesterday a $10 add-on that was a sports package. It takes some channels from other packages and puts it in there and gives you a national feed of Comcast Sports Networks and other regional sports networks, not Fox Sports Networks. It allows you to watch them no matter where you are in the United States. Now, the question was raised, does that mean if I want to keep my Comcast Sports Network, do I need to pay the extra $10? No, you can get, if you currently get, for instance, if you live in Chicago, and you will still get Comcast Sports Chicago as part of your package, and you'll be able to watch the games. If you live outside of that market and you want to watch Comcast Sports Chicago, you can pay $10 a month to get access to it. But you won't be able to watch the games. You'll just get the pre-show, post-show, highlight shows, that kind of stuff. So no, you won't be able to do that. That won't be an extra charge if you live in that market already. Do you still have the Sling TV Air TV? Yes, actually, over my shoulder right here, you're going to see the box for it. I know it's kind of blurry back there. I'm going to get a better camera so that the things behind me are more accessible. But yes, right behind me is the Air TV box, Air TV adapter. It's just the box, though. The Air TV itself is sitting on my review table over there with all the other mess. Any more feedback on the Mohu 65-mile indoor antenna? The Mohu Glide Leaf antenna is still, it's a very good antenna. Highly recommend it. 72-hour rewinds. A lot of people are saying they're having issues with it on DirecTV now. I found it's better than it used to be, but yeah, they could still do better with that. Is Amazon Prime going to launch a live TV streaming service? Well, it was reported that Amazon was working on one, but they have since backed out. Basically, what it's reported right now is Amazon's goal is to use their current Amazon channel service to create kind of an a la carte setting, so that you'll be able to go out there and subscribe by the channel to a growing list of channels. And Amazon's going after other cable networks to put their channels on that Amazon channel service. So I think that's where Amazon's going now with that. Why won't I talk with Cellon? I haven't been able to play with it. They are a legitimate service, but I haven't been able to test out their current version, so I haven't commented on it yet. Other than to say that they have shown stuff that they do say that they are legal. Set TV, on the other hand, is I'm not very confident that's all that legal. They haven't contacted me and responded to my requests to give me more information on that. The old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Anywhere in PlayStation View is going to release a new channel guide for Roku. No, Sony has at no time even hinted that they have plans to release a new Roku channel. How do you think YouTube TV compares to other streaming services? I think it's got a lot of benefits. I think it's got some shortfalls. Misses some channels. I think the real issue I have with YouTube TV is the fact that they don't have Roku apps or Fire TV apps, for instance. They only have an official Android TV app, just Chromecast. And while for some people that's great, I think most people really do want to have the ability to have that traditional remote, have the app, instead of having to use the Chromecast feature. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. What info do you have about 5G internet? 5G internet is a really cool topic. I've read a lot about it on the site. If you want to read about it in depth, just search the site for 5G over at corecarsnews.com. But kind of quick rundown if you don't know what 5G internet is. So 5G is a new wireless internet standard designed for home internet use. Will also be compatible with cell phones and other devices. The concept is it delivers gigabyte speeds. Instead of having to run fiber to each home in a neighborhood or in a town, which can take years, they can just basically go out there, upgrade the cell phone towers, and have fiber speeds to an entire town in a couple weeks or a month or two. Verizon is so excited about this, they're spending $1 billion to run fiber lines to cell phone towers over the next 3 years in preparation with it. AT&T has a few markets live. Verizon has a few markets live. Google, Charter, T-Mobile, I think Spectrum too, and Dish and more have all announced that they are going to release a 5G network. So instead of having one, maybe two, if you're lucky, 3 internet service providers to pick from at your home, soon you're going to have 5, 6, 7, 10 services to pick from. And that's going to really help push the cost of home internet down. They say by 2020, with their current contracts, with the FCC and stuff for the broadband, you will see about half the United States covered with 5G around 2020. So about 2 more years, and you should really start to see it in most areas. Okay, Paul asks, since BTN is not coming to Sling TV, but why is BTN available on the Fox Sports Go app if you're Sling as your service or your source? Oh, okay, Paul, but I don't think I read your question right. Are you saying if you log into the Fox Sports Go app with your Sling TV credentials, BTN is showing up there? Can you confirm that? Let me know with that. I'll have to test that out. I haven't heard that before. As far as BTN on the Fox Sports Go app, yes. So Fox is kind of trying to consolidate all their apps into one service. For instance, the Fox Now app takes the Nat Geo app, the FX apps, and so forth, and puts it all in the Fox Now app. So you don't need multiple apps, you just have one Fox app. And they're kind of doing the same thing with their sports. Remember, Fox owns 51% of the Big Ten network. And you will be able to now access Big Ten network. Sorry, I was reading and talking. It doesn't always work well. So they are saying yes, the Big Ten network will, if you pay for it in your provider, be able to access it through your Sling or through your Fox Sports Go app. You're not supposed to get it if you don't pay for it. Paul's saying he did. I'll have to check into that, Paul. Let me do some research there and get back to you. It should only be working if you're paying for it. Daniel says if you log in with Sling, you get the FX and FX movie channels live with Sling. Yes, well, Sling does have those channels, but they do the on-demand version in their app. But if you log in with your Sling TV credentials, you do get the live one. BTN is showing up on Fox Sports Go if you... Robert, so you're saying you just logged in and Big Ten Network is working with the Fox Sports Go app with your Sling TV login. Maybe we got some breaking news real quick. That would be cool. I'll have to do some digging on that. So, Robert, let me know. Did you just do that? Or are you saying that worked for you? Do you need a special HDMI cable for 4K? You know, pretty much any modern HDMI cable, correct, will do that. I think you need 2.0 or higher. I think it was 1.4 or higher at one point. Pretty much any of the cables you can buy in stores will be 4K. All the Amazon ones are. So Robert says yes, it is working. I'll have to do some research on that. So you're saying right this moment that's working for you. You don't need HDMI 2.0. I believe it's 1.4 is where 4K support started. 2.0 does some additional stuff, and I think we'll do 4K HDR. So, okay, thank you, Robert. I'll have to do some research on that. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, don't pay $100 for a 4K HDMI cable. That is ripoff there, Daniel. I agree with you. Go to Amazon Basics. They are the 2.0 standard, and they're like $5 for a 6-foot cable. If you're paying more than $8 for a cable, you're way overpaying, at least for 6-foot. Once again, those really long ones can cost more. I'm a big fan of the Amazon cables. I think they are very good quality. Check it out. Any discounts coming up for Roku players? Not that I know of, but Amazon's got some sales right now on refurbished ones. I know a lot of people kind of freak out about the idea of refurbished, but Amazon backs them up. Amazon's got good customer service. I buy a lot of stuff refurbished off of Amazon. Very, very pleased there. If you're looking for a deal, check that out. Any news on the Clearstream TV and how does it work? Not yet. They haven't officially announced it. So if you haven't heard the news, I just shared it today on our Facebook page and Twitter and everything. But Clearstream, which is owned by Nintendo Direct, put an app out on the Fire TV. It went live. And it basically says, connect to your Clearstream TV Stream your antenna to any mobile or any media player in your home, your phone, your tablet, and so forth. It looks a lot like the Mohu Airwave, which takes your antenna and streams it to your device. This one is just a little stick that can connect to any antenna. So they haven't officially announced it yet, but they put up the thing. We found a link to the listing on their website. If you go to Core Cars News, type in Clearstream TV, Clearstream, one word, space TV. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. As far as when it's going to come out, we don't know yet. I'm assuming soon. If they got a Fire TV app and they have a website on their page, they'll make an official announcement. They're currently not taking pre-orders on their website. I'm expecting an official announcement soon-ish, we'll call it, and we'll wait and see. Yeah, Daniel, it is a one tuner, but it's a stick, so I don't see why they couldn't come out with multiple versions, like a one tuner for one price, a two tuner for another price, and so on. Tableau Anywhere we haven't heard much about it recently, so I don't know what the holdup is there. We'll have to wait and see. When is the Roku 4K streaming stick coming out? They haven't said anything about a new Roku streaming stick. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if we got a new Roku streaming stick this fall. Because the streaming stick is currently the oldest one, which I currently have the box right back here. The 2016 edition is the oldest streaming player in the Roku lineup. So would not be surprised to see if that gets updated this fall. We do know a new Apple TV, a new Fire TV, and we expect a new Google streaming player to come out. Do you think that they will ever put a DirecTV Now app on the Xbox One? I believe they've listed it as coming soon, so fingers crossed. All right, any news on NFL, on live NFL on Amazon Prime? Nothing new other than if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, Thursday night games that air on NBC or CBS will be streamed to Amazon Prime subscribers this year. Just like the Twitter deal last year, this year will be with Amazon. You think channels like Starz, HBO will go on to be full on-demand apps even through the cable services like Netflix? Well, they pretty much are. Starz and HBO have apps that you can subscribe directly to without the need for another pay TV subscriber. You can just give them money direct and have access to on-demand and live feeds. Any news on Hulu update on Roku? Nope, Hulu has not said that. When they came out to the Fire TV, what was it, last week or so, they did say more streaming players coming this summer. So Roku would seemingly be the next most logical device for it to come out on. But they haven't said anything about Roku specifically. Joseph, no, I don't think DirecTV Now has any deal with PlayOn. I don't think that's any official deal there. I just think they're doing that. As far as PlayOn getting rid of illegal add-ons, I'll have to look into that. I wasn't aware that PlayOn just dumped a bunch of add-ons. Android TV like the NVIDIA Shield, the Mi Box, and so on, those are 100% legal. Those Kodi players that run on Android devices that promise you free movies, free TV shows, everything, if you pay a one-time fee, those are not legal. Do you know if DirecTV Now will be added to the Roku XS? The Roku XS is discontinued. I would be surprised if they go back that far because the DirecTV Now app is pretty demanding, and I believe it would struggle a little bit with it. If you have a Roku XS, you may want to look at upgrading soon. Yeah, all those Fire TV sticks that promise you everything for free if you send them $80, they're piracy. They're just piracy. Somebody just bought a Fire Stick, put a bunch of piracy apps on it, and sold it to you at like 100% markup. So it's something you could have done for free. Not that you should. Don't steal. I see a lot of streaming services are getting more local content. However, CBS seems to be the most stringent. Can you share your thoughts on why that is? CBS is doing a few things. For one is they have now a deal with Hulu. that they seem to be pushing a lot of stuff there. They still want you to subscribe for the CBS All Access. As far as why Sling TV and DirecTV Now have to start a deal with them, I'm not really sure. I hear though that CBS is, of all the broadcast networks, the most difficult to work with. So I'm sure money is a big part of it. We'll have to wait and see. You know, you look at PlayStation View, yeah, they're bringing in a lot of CBS channels, but they just had to raise their price $10 a month on a majority of their subscribers. Oh, so PlayOn has closed all their forums that were handing out illegal add-ons or kind of associated with PlayOn in any way. Oh, that's interesting. I had not heard that. PlayOn is 100% legal. The problem is it breaks the term of service with a lot of your services. When you read that terms of service on Netflix, it clearly says you will not record, basically, Netflix. It says in legalese terms, but basically it is this way. You're not paying to own the shows on Netflix. You're paying for a license that says, as long as I'm paying for it, as long as Netflix has rights to a show, you will get access to it. Once Netflix loses that rights or you stop paying, you're supposed to lose access to that, because at that point Netflix isn't paying for that content anymore and you basically stole it, is the argument behind that. So yeah, most of these services do say that PlayOn violates their terms of service because of that. Christopher, you say beta testing the new Hulu app. On what device are you beta testing that? Any recommendations for HDMI cable for 4K TV? The Amazon Basic ones, very good HDMI cables at great price. So Amazon Basic ones are 4K ones, 2.0, highly recommended. Will Hulu Live ever switch to 60 frames per second? I don't know. DirecTV Now just did it. They just had their first 1080p 60 frames per second channel, the new Olympic channel. They're talking. DirecTV Now says 4K is on the way. We'll have to wait and see. How do I get the ID channel for free? You don't. You have to pay for it or you don't get it. I believe the ID channel, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, most of their shows are on Hulu. Or not, maybe not most, but many of the shows are on Hulu. So if you're a Hulu subscriber, I believe you get that. Chris. So you've actually been running the new Hulu app on your Roku. Chris, do me a favor. Send me a message on Core Cars News on the Facebook page you're on here right now. Send me a message. After this, I'll message you. I'd love to hear what you have there. And as far as your comment about making it harder to find content, yeah, that's pretty much the universal complaint against the new Hulu app. That yes, it does make it more difficult to find the content you want. I'm not all that big fan of the new Hulu app. I think it relies too much on the idea that Hulu can predict what I want to watch better than I can, and it doesn't seem to do a very good job of that. Larry asks, any news on the ESPN standalone streaming service? Other than they say it's going to happen this year, it's not happened yet, so no news recently. So anybody here like the new Hulu app? I'm seeing a lot of I hate the Hulu app. So who likes the new Hulu app? Kathy doesn't like it. Daniel doesn't like it. Tim really doesn't like it. He canceled. Man, a lot of beta testers in here. People saying they're beta testing everything for Hulu. Daniel hates it. Terrence hates it. Joe says he likes it better than the old one. David says he likes it. We found 2 people so far that like it. Anyone else? Anyone else like the new Hulu app? You know, if you're not interested in the Hulu app and it's been some time since you used Hulu, it may be time for you to give Hulu a second chance. I really am becoming impressed with Hulu. They're really doing a good job growing their on-demand content. Just looking at the on-demand, not even looking at the new live TV service they're also doing. I really do think Hulu is a lot better than it was even a year ago. I think that new app is hurting them a little bit. Terrarica's shortlist is on Sling TV. I have not used it as a standalone, but I have used it within the Sling TV app. It's a very nice lineup of movies, if you haven't tried that before. Yes, the ID channel is on DirecTV now. It's on other streaming services too. But if you're looking for the cheapest way, it sounds like he doesn't want to spend a lot of money to get the shows. Hulu may be the best way. Hulu has great British shows. They got a good lineup of anime stuff, including Gundam. I think Hulu's the first subscription streaming service in the US to have Gundam on it with that much the older stuff. So, Hulu's doing a great job of getting big names, like a ton of Fox content, American Dad, Bob's Burgers, Cleveland Show, the list goes on and on. And they're also getting more niche content, whether that be anime or British shows and so forth. So they're doing pretty good job of it. Will YouTube TV ever create an app for Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV? Not at this time. They kind of did a little lip service right when it was first announced, but since that point, they haven't said anything about it. You can cast it to Android, Chromecast capable devices, or on the Air TV cast, but beyond that, you use your phone and tablet. YouTube TV is at a disadvantage if they don't add more apps. Though I don't think that the lack of app support is the biggest issue with YouTube TV. I think the problem they have is the rollout by market by market. I think they would do better if they just went national and added locals like all the others are doing. Because what's happening right now, if you don't live in one of 10 markets out of 210, so in 200 markets in the United States, they're not there. That means that Sling TV, PlayStation Vue, DirecTV Now, Hulu, they're getting more and more subscribers every day. And as people keep going, they keep subscribing to one of these live TV services in the other markets. Once YouTube TV comes on, if you're happy with Hulu, if you're happy with Sling and so on, you're far less likely to switch over to YouTube. And I think that will very negatively impact the ability of YouTube TV to gain a critical mass of subscribers just because they're being beat out. Hello, Colin. Sean, yeah, YouTube TV may come to the Fire TV too. They kind of said that way back when it first launched, but ever since then they haven't done anything with it. Will Netflix ever let us opt out of the video start when you browse? Not that I know of. I think they're doing that basically because Netflix is doing the auto video play because it allows them to say there was a view there, which allows them to go and report to their stock owners like, oh, look at all these people watching our stuff. If I have a Fire TV, why should I buy a new one when it comes out? We don't know yet. We don't know what the new one looks like. I would assume the new one will be 4K HDR, which would be pretty cool. It may be a little bit more powerful. We'll see. My thing is, if you're happy, stick with what you got now. It's really hard. I hate to say, oh, get the new Fire TV. Don't get the new Fire TV because we don't know what's going to be on the new Fire TV. They haven't said yet. So I say, let's wait and see what we find out about it. Is PlayStation Vue going to try to get all locals for all markets, or is this just going to increase channels in a few markets? They've hinted that they intend to add more locals. The Sony is very difficult. They don't reply to a lot of our emails. They do reply to some of our emails. I find Sony typically replies when they have good news to tell us. They typically don't respond if we ask any type of tough questions. And it's really a shame because, Court Cars News gets millions of readers. We're not going anywhere, Sony. But Sony doesn't talk a lot. They don't describe what's happening. For instance, when new locals come out, we usually find out because a reader will tell us. Compare that to Hulu, who some days will tell us in advance, but they always tell us what's coming. DirecTV Now always tells us when new channels are coming out. Sling TV is always telling us whenever they do anything. And Fubo TV too always tells us when they're coming out with new stuff. So Sony is so secretive about it. I don't understand what they're doing. And I think that's really hurting them. You know, PlayStation View could be getting great press every time they add or do something if they would just tell people. But instead, it's kind of up to the community to realize, oh, they updated their app. Oh, they added more Fox network affiliates and so on. So you have to love that. You know, I really think the name's hurting them, and the poor PR management is really hurting them. So those are my two things that could really help Sony. Change the name to View TV or View, or just get rid of the PlayStation name of it, because most people don't use a PlayStation to watch View TV. Number two, communicate with your subscribers better. Just, you know, get a Twitter account dedicated to PlayStation View and be more upfront, be better communicated. You'll get a lot more subscribers that way. So that's my rant for the day. Sony has always been rather tight-lipped. Yeah, they have. And it's really a shame. I think Sony has a good product there. I'm not a big... I think their Roku apps hurting them too. I'm not a big fan of the Roku app. And with Roku being the most popular streaming player out there, that's hurting them too. Luke, my TCL 4K TV has DirecTV Now, but my 32-inch TCL Roku TV does not. So currently only 4K Roku TVs have the DirecTV Now app. They say that all Roku TVs will get the app someday soon. We'll have to wait and see. What do you think of IPTV? Well, you know, stick to the legal ones and they're great. Sling TV, Hulu, PlayStation View, awesome. Don't go support the piracy ones because it doesn't help cord cutting. Yeah, Dan, you know, I agree with you. You know, for instance, when Sling TV announced that they were moving the L-Ray channel from the core packages, the basic packages, up to a add-on, they gave like a month warning. So, you know, I definitely think they could do a better job at that. So I think I've answered all the questions that I've seen. If I missed any, re-ask. I'll do my best to answer it. But hey, if you want to support Core Cars News, patreon.com/CoreCarsNews. Donate $1 a month. It really adds up. You know, I don't know if you noticed behind me, I got some bookshelves. This stuff is not really going to be what's going to be back there permanently. But I'm going to be doing some stuff here. I don't know if you were here yesterday for our quick YouTube TV or PlayStation View, breaking news. But I think we're going to do more breaking news things like this, videos, kind of chats. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to try to get some better graphics that can come up and I can display stuff like over my shoulder and so forth. And I'm working on kind of making this look more appealing on the video. So we're going to do some stuff to give you better cord cutting coverage. We brought in another writer. I got some other things in the works that I won't get into right now, but they all cost money. So I appreciate everybody who visits the site without ad blockers. You know, if you're using one, maybe consider whitelisting us. Huge help. Using our Amazon affiliate links, those are awesome. Or donate $1. It really does add up. So thank you for your support, everybody. It really helps. The other thing, you know, if you don't want to do any of that, whatever. If you just like randomly, not just on this video, because whenever I say this, everybody likes and shares this video. But whenever you see like a Facebook post or a Twitter one, consider retweeting it, liking it. You don't have to do all of them, just every now and then. It really does help because the more people who like a post, Facebook thinks it's more interesting and then they show it to more people. Well, we may have 37,000 or 36, whatever, 37, something like that, 1,000 subscribers on Facebook. A fraction of that will see it if people don't like the post and so forth. So that's a great way to help. If you want to help Core Cars News, just like our posts now and then. Luke, what's the deal with the NFL Network and NFL Red Zone coming to DirecTV Now? No deal. They haven't said anything about that happening yet. So keep that in mind. Is the NFL Red Zone only available on PlayStation Blue? Correct. To get that NFL Red Zone, you need the PlayStation Blue package with the sports add-on. Just spilled. Go Blue, Chip. Thanks for the show. Okay, Paul, you take care. Have you heard any more about the new DirecTV DVR or beta app? No, I have not. They said beta testing this summer, best I can tell, they haven't started it yet. That they will be going from there later on today, or going there in the future. So we'll see. This fall, it should be rolling out to everybody. Is Facebook making originals like Netflix? Yes. They have not said when, though, that's going to happen. Robert, if you are a Hollywood Extra subscriber as of yesterday, no changes for you. You will continue to see Epics included in your Hollywood Extra subscription package as long as you keep paying for that with Sling TV. New subscribers who want Epics will find their own $5 add-on package for Epics. The Epics Drive-In channel now, which does all the kind of classics, you know, Top Gun, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that kind of stuff. Cool stuff for people who, like me, who grew up with that. That's free for anybody who subscribes to Sling TV. Blue and orange packages will get the Drive-In Now channel for free. But if you are a Sling TV Hollywood Extra subscriber in the future, that will include Epics. It'll get the Reels channel, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more to come with that. Yes, on demand, everything is staying, Robert. If you're already a Hollywood package subscriber, nothing's changing. Sling, you know, one thing Sling is really good at is if they do anything changing it, if you currently have that, you're good. For instance, if you had the Blue package with Sling, before it was called the Blue, back when it was a beta, the multi-stream beta for $20, they're still honoring that deal. So there's some good things out there about Sling. Have you ever tried the new Japan Pro Wrestling service? No, I have tried the WWE Wrestling service. It's a pretty good deal if you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah, Bill, hopefully they'll start picking some of the long-term DirecTV Now subscribers to use the service. We'll have to wait and see. All right, about 5 more minutes or so. We're going to wrap this show up. I still have to upload all the posts for tomorrow. I haven't done that yet today. So about 5 more minutes, and I gotta get this bookshelf done. Gotta get my box of books out. We moved here about a year ago, and I haven't even finished unpacking. It's sad. I've been so busy. Have not finished unpacking the house in a year. But yeah, so bookshelves are up now. Gotta get the books on there too. Yeah, but you can't add the 4. Yeah, you know, Daniel, that is one thing about the grandfather deal, unfortunately. The thing is, though, if you want that 4-pack add-on, giving up your grandfather deal and then taking the 4 add-ons is cheaper than keeping your grandfather deal and getting the 4 ones individually. What would you recommend as a Roku replacement if PlayStation View is not going to upgrade their guide? Fire TV, or really, I'm really a big fan of the NVIDIA Shield. Not cheap at $200. It's one of the more expensive ones. Wow, is it powerful? It's smooth. It's the only Android TV streaming player with an official Amazon app, and it's really nice. Highly recommend the NVIDIA Shield. Oh, Larry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying my butt right here for a while. I'm still unpacking. I hope we're not moving. Because I just moved. Don't move me again. I did it. It was better deal when I had Slim, but I'm back with DirecTV Now at the moment. Okay. Jerry, could very well possibly be a location for my daughter's toys. That is very possible. Thank you, Mark. Is DirecTV Now going to CBS? You would think so. They say that they will always like to do that. I'm sure that, you know, it's something that CBS needs to agree to, too. All right, do you have any guide or calibrate the picture of a 4K TV? No, there's professional companies that can do that. Most modern TVs shouldn't need calibration. They should come with auto software to do that. I'm sure there's really cheap TVs out there that won't auto calibrate, but most will do that naturally. For instance, my LG, TCL, and so forth will have a process, like a self-guided series to walk you through to calibrate yours. Daniel, I have tried to use the CenturyLink new TV streaming service. Attention to CenturyLink. You have customers out there that would like to sign up for your streaming service, but for some reason, my personal Gmail and my work email accounts won't be accepted by them. Even though my work account, up till a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, I should say, I had CenturyLink as my internet provider. Even then, I still couldn't get their live TV streaming service. So, CenturyLink, what the heck? Do you not want people to use your streaming service? I don't understand. Can you get the NFL deal? No, that deal, it seems like the NFL is being a little bit more picky about who can actually qualify for the Sunday ticket deal if you don't actually have DirecTV. You need to really live in a place that doesn't allow a dish to get it. Yeah, CenturyLink deal is not cheap. No, it's not, by far not the cheapest one out there. Ken, nothing new on the new 3.0 over there, TV standard. Tim says he had the same issue. Have you ever been able to actually sign up? Did you find a workaround? I live, Dean, I live in a landline market. I live in a CenturyLink market. I should be able to use it. Movie fan, dude. Nope, Tim gave up too. I gave up. I messaged him on Twitter. We chatted on Twitter with CenturyLink, and I was like, hey, this is who I am. Love to tell my readers about your new service. Can I get some help? And they were like, no, go talk to our customer service. Talk to the customer service rep. Absolutely no help. Slightly rude, if anything. And I was like, what? And it's the customer service rep said, I'm able to do it. I do not understand why you cannot do it, and we can't help you because I'm able to do it. So I was like, well, CenturyLink, I guess I'm not doing a review of your streaming service. It must really suck. And I'm just kidding. Kidding. I don't know. But it's like, really, I mean, they don't seem at all interested in helping people get into their service who are having trouble. Best way to improve over-the-air TV signal. Colin, go to corecarsnews.com. Look at the blog section. Yesterday, I posted a story called Tips on Setting Up Your Antenna for Best Results. And it gives about 4 or 5 things you can do to get better reception. Jason, I'm sure cable subscribers know that's happening. My thing is, if you want to help cord cutting grow, pay for it. When companies see that there's real subscribers paying real money for services like Sling TV, they're much more willing to make services for cord cutters. If all we do is pirate and use mom and dad's login, they're not going to be very willing to create legitimate services for us because they're not going to view it as a worthwhile endeavor. Yeah, I have been drinking out 2 cups because I finished out one. Sean, try talking for an hour straight. This was a lot easier when I had podcasts. When Elias and I were doing this, because Elias would talk for a little while, and then I would talk for a little while. But I'm talking nonstop for an hour, so you get quite parched. It's quite a parchment to do that. Real impressive for like radio talk show hosts. Hey, I guess they get commercial breaks too, but you really realize, wow, that's a lot of talking. Movie fan, I'm not sure how many channels Spectrum streaming service provides. That one, I live in a Spectrum market. I now have Spectrum Internet. I intend to do a review of that soon. All right, I think that's it. I think I've answered all the questions. What about my store, Bill? What do you mean about my store? And then I'll wrap this up. When does Spectrum TV come into more markets? From my understanding, everybody should be able to get it. The big problem, Colin, is Spectrum's. The only way to get it is if you have to call Spectrum's customer service. A lot of their customer service reps don't seem to understand they have a live TV service. I hear a lot of people call in markets I know offer their streaming service, and the phone reps try to sell them traditional cable TV. Just seems like there's a big disconnect there. Thank you, Willis. Daniel, I bet that just because you got somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. I don't think most Spectrum reps understand it, but I bet if you maybe try it again today or tomorrow, maybe they'll understand better. When is the Mohu Airwave coming out? They say Labor Day weekend, so first weekend of September in Best Buy stores. So, all right, well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Selling coffee mugs, etc. You know, these are pretty cool. One's tea, one's water. That's probably why you're seeing me drink out 2 cups too. Is the fact that I like to start selling these. It's in the works. I'm just busy. I'm very busy. There's so much cord cutting news happening right now. I just trying to stay on top of it. It's been difficult. So hopefully soon. So hope everybody has a great day. I'm gonna wrap this up. Do a quick ad over on YouTube because those ads really do help. I really do appreciate all of your help. So thank you for the show. If you're new here, if this is your first time, hit subscribe, like our Facebook page, like us on YouTube and everything. I would really appreciate it. It would really be a big help there. And then, yeah, so I'll see you every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern for about an hour. We'll do these Q&As. Christopher, can you send me, if you haven't done it already, I haven't even looked, so I don't know if you've done it. Send me a message on our Facebook page. I see you're chatting with me there. I would love to talk to you. I have a few questions. All right, everybody. Thank you again. If this is your first time here. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we do a cord cutting relay Q&A like this for an hour. We also do weekly things throughout the week, videos, how-to guides, first looks, and so on. Christopher says he'll buy a mug too, so I'll see if I can start working on this tomorrow. I'll see if I can get a store up. But yeah, so please subscribe. Please like these videos. It really is a huge help. Take care, everybody. I wish you the best. I will see you next week, and I'll keep doing my best to help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. And I really appreciate your support. So until next week, take care and have a good week.